Earlier this year, I put out a video showcasing my RLCraft 2.9.3 world, and I put out that video because I sort of collected everything that I thought was good in the game, and thought I completed the pack, but I was very far off, which you will see. Um, Watching videos like this, where they conquered RLCraft, sort of just it left a bad taste in my mouth because in the video he doesn't actually conquer anything. He just attempts the last boss and dies. He didn't even like kill it on the video. And there's a lot more to this game than just killing those bosses. And I've unfortunately had the pleasure of doing it all myself. So in this video, I'll show you all the collectibles that you can get and how to get them. Let's begin. Now to start off with, I'll show you the outside of my base. Not much has changed on the exterior wise, if you have seen my last video, but it's a little bit bigger. So let's start off with the front lawn. As you can see, I found a lot of Shivaxi monuments. I actually put out a video on the best method to find these because no one really has an answer to it besides just going to look for it. And yeah, that video is very effective if you're looking for your first monument to find. But here, just out the front, I've got 10 frozen. Yeah, so I've got these blood orchids too, which I'm pretty sure the only way to get it's from the rustic mod. It's this flower that, from what I think, I'm not 100% sure, you can only find them in certain structures. They don't spawn naturally. Could be wrong, but yeah, you can only find them in the Killer Bunny structure, if you've seen it. But yeah, so I love freezing these guys and just putting them up. I have found more than 10 of these structures. I've just only got 10 out the front here. Yeah, again, if you want to see how to actually farm these, just go check out the video. Alright, now this is the yeah, my base. It's a giant skull, and I've sort of terraformed around it with a nice little lake that looks terrible. I am not a good builder. Yeah, I'll just go on the ground. The nice flooring, the bridge. It looks really nice, I can't lie. It's probably one of the better things I've built in like any version of Minecraft. Here we got the stables, got the hippogriff, horses, and then the amphitheaters. Very cool. I hate getting these stupid birds. They're so buggy in this version of 2.9.3. It's so buggy, but I'm surprised they haven't flown away or despawned or anything here. Got these pixie little huts here. They look cool. These are really cool. These are the torch lanterns. Skull and bones. The cherry trees, these look awesome. The reason why I have these out the front, if you see my last video, I did have other trees, but these don't weather, like the leaves, if you know what I'm talking about. Like with the seasons, like you know how the trees change color, the leaves change color in the seasons. These ones don't. And I've got a whole bunch of these apple heads that you find from the Shivaxi monuments, and I've just put them on all the trees. I have so many from all the structures that I've found. Yeah, I think this place looks really cool. I did capture, down here, I did capture a pirate from one of the pirate ships, but he's despawned. I don't know, he was here for ages and then he just randomly died. Very hard to get over, so I'm not very happy that he despawned. Yeah, I reckon we head into the interior. Now this is where most of the cool stuff is, I would say, or pretty much all of it. And a lot has changed since my last video. I'll chuck up a photo now of just what it used to look like and now what it now looks like. Yeah, I tried to do a redstone contraption for this gate where if you just look at this, the gates would open, but redstone in RLCraft does not work. I don't know if anyone's actually played with it before. It just doesn't work. It's like so buggy. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's get into it. So this is the grand entrance. We got these guys with the Lost City sentient weapons. I really like the textures of steel armor. I think it looks really good. And yeah, that's why I had them out here. Not very fun getting these weapons. I hate the Lost Cities. And we'll just start here with my storage area, I guess you would call it. The sort of only area I really go into, besides showcasing stuff. Yeah, so I'll just quickly run through these chests. Here we got the bones, mob drops, crap, just like dragon stuff. I would have like a probably this entire room filled with stacks of dragon scales from killing them to farm mimics, which you'll see in a sec. Yeah, it's probably the most you've ever seen my collection of mimic drops ever. And in 2.9.3, mimics are a lot harder to get compared to Dragora, where they have RLCraft, which means that luck, increases your mimic drops, and there's a lot more structures that have what was it? What are the chests that spawn that can be mimics? I forgot what they're called, but you can only really find them in Lycanite dungeons and dragon roosts. That only look if quick tip, only look for mimics from dragon roosts. The Lycanite dungeons are a waste of time. Yeah, so just more building stuff. A lot of treats. I love this one. This hat. Oh, and yeah, I bet you didn't know you could actually make hat stands for these hats that you can get from the quests. But yeah. Wine stuff. Yeah, I also did this. I've done this world without using any wine or what is it? The Guardian farm or villager rerolls. I've done everything legitimately, and it's not very fun. But yeah, there's a structure that spawns in snow biomes that has wine. That's why I have this. And then I tried growing it for like just a visual look in my garden, but I don't really like it. Farming stuff, Lycanite stuff. I've got a fair few of these staves from the Shivaxi monuments, Aussie liners, just like stone stuff, wood chest, nothing in there, junk, dirt, yeah, nothing too crazy in here. Sand, glass, fish, more hats, all this stuff. A lot of golden bookworm scales. This stuff over here is more the cool part. Yeah, so this is all my ores. I don't really collect much of it. I would have heaps of this stuff, but I don't need it. Once you reach a certain point in the game, the only thing you'd really need is emeralds or glowing ingots or silver, I guess. Lost City stuff. These are my goodies over here. So these are my baubles. I would have so many more, like pretty much everything in here, but you don't really need to collect it. Once you have one of each, it sort of defeats the purpose. So there's quite a few, but I do have a lot more. Or I should have a lot more. So let's get into it. Chest full of rings, and I'm sure there's every ring in here. All of this stuff. Wrath Pendant. Phantom Thread. Dragon Eye. More junk. Dragon Eye. These are just a couple of the rings that I found getting the last sentient weapons. I have more, which I'll show later. But yeah, this is sort of my prize collection right here, these chests. Let's begin, shall we? And the reason why I have so many of these mimic drops is because of my sacrificial armor sets. Sacrificial amulet armor sets, should I say. And you need a lot. I will put on screen how many this is. It's like 340, I think I counted, of all of these. And you could say it took like 3 months of straight up farming this stuff, like playing on and off. It's unbelievable how like mentally draining it is trying to get mimics for these sacrificial amulet armor sets. Is yeah, not fun. Here we have books, more hat stands with this little dragon which winks. We have the other one over there which winks at the same time. Some little dragon boys. Just random crap in here, stuff to disenchant. We'll get to upstairs in a sec. I do have something caged up in here. If you've seen my last video, you'll know what it is, but I'll show it when we get downstairs. Healing pad gives regeneration 2. Some of these troll weapons. Another hat stand. The Fortuna Major? Oh, I don't know how to say that. More dragons. Lost Cities portal. Little chest heads. Dragon eggs. And yeah, that's it for this middle floor. We'll look upstairs, which is more just display. I just didn't really know what to put up there. Got a polar bear who wants to break his legs, I guess, if he falls down. Yeah, these are my little red bauble collection. Rarest in the game. Hardest to get in the game. This is the one you get from killing the last boss. Pretty cool. We have Finn and Jake here, which I thought was funny because I made Finn with the hat, and I'm like, how can I make Jake? And then I had one of these golden bookworms chilling in my base. I'm like, oh yeah, that'll do. I think that's funny. All dragon eggs. Nice view. Oh, a nice view of my downstairs and that thing right there. I don't know if you can see it. My bed. Nothing in my closet. Cock chair. More dragon eggs. These are the gems, forgotten items gems. Got Bundy the polar bear. But yeah, that's it for my upstairs. I reckon we go downstairs now to the money pit. This didn't take up much gold at all. It looks like a fair chunk, but it's not. Geez, that's bright. There's just a bunch of mob heads that I've found from structures scattered around in here. Bones, this pot, a mini dragon head, more mob heads, my nether portal, my lean dispensers. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, this little downstairs area is like where all the cool collectibles are. And I reckon we take a look. It has significantly increased since my last video. Bronze sword, more troll weapons, a skeleton horse, and the skeleton horse only spawns from zombie villages, which is pretty rare. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it home. We have the white hippogriff. I think it looks really cool. These are the teddy bear bauble, and a cool little Easter egg which you can find on the wiki is if you rename it different things, it actually has different little it changes the look of it. So we have like the Shivaxi plushie, but yeah, just all these other ones here. I think they look really cool. Every dragon egg, not fun to get, especially the ice ones. Yeah, not fun at all to get. We have the Idol of Sorrow, which summons the Mourner boss from the Defiled Lands mod. This is a Totem of Undying, which just looks different because of my resource pack. I will link all my resource packs in the description, so yes, you don't need to ask in the comments. I am rocking Lycanite's Redux, which changes the look of the Lycanite's mobs. I'm using the resource pack that animates some baubles, like this one here. Usually in standard 2.9.3 it doesn't actually move, it has a different look. And then the other one I'm using, which is like the blue hearts, green hearts, greeny blue, I don't know what you would call that. That just alters the look of a couple items in the game and some vanilla blocks, and also the hearts. What do we got here? The Tears of Retribution. What does this do again? 5 shulkers. Move out the way, bro. Get out. Tears of Penance, and these are little staffs, which I'm sure not a single person has ever used from the Defiled Lands mod. Do we have a test subject around here? Oh, let's not go over there. What? Oh. Oh. Yep, nice, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know, I wanted to collect everything, so I'm like, oh, you know what, may as well make them. Very cheap to make, so can't complain. It fills up my walls. Life belt from the Forgotten Items. Cushion boots. Here we have a zombie horse. Same deal as the skeleton horse, only spawns in zombie villages, which are pretty rare, so you know, may as well scoop him up. We have all the dogs with their armors. Look at me. I have a map that hasn't updated for like half a year. And I don't know how to make these map things, so it looks terrible. I've got corners missing. That doesn't even look right. Oh, jeez. Anyway, we have the Witch Hat, Archaeologist Hat, and Pirate Hat. The Witch Hat drops from killing witches, obviously. The Archaeologist Hat can be found from a type of villager you can find underground who just sells his hat. He's called an archaeologist, and you find him underground. And the Pirate Hat, which you can get from killing the skeleton pirates on the water. Also, the Archaeologist Hat, there is another villager that sells it, but we will get into that a bit later. Moon Rose, I don't know why I put this here. It looks terrible, but it should be outside. But yeah, what does this even do again? I think it just refills your mana, like when you fly around down in the bottom left there. I believe that just, I don't know. The dragon flowers, the fire one, the ice one, used to breed dragons to make the stuff the food. Book and quill. The pixies, fairies, whatever you want to call them, all caged up. Another hat stand with the glowing dragon skull eyes. Almanac, trumpet, pig spawn egg, which you can get from that like desert temple, like dungeon thing underground. Silverfish spawn egg, which you can get from Lost Cities, I believe. That's where you can find it. Yeah, Lost Cities chest. Cool bookshelf. I think these are cool. They're a bit of a pain to make though, and especially putting all the books inside of them because you have to manually do each book. Yeah, alright, let's move on to the cool stuff, shall we? These are all the armor sets in the game, with the different types of pickaxes from the Forgotten Items mod. You get from the crafting runes that you find in desert temples and the end city chests. Got the dresses here. I think they look funny. Dragon head. Deathworm and Sheep Disguise armor set. Here we go with the Troll armor with the ice armor. Some Sea Serpent armor and another steel armor set. More Sea Serpent armor. And the Fire Dragon set. You guys ready for the last room of collectibles? This room took a long time to fill up, so let's get into it, shall we? If we fly on down, we have all the meta armor sets, the best sets in the game. Let's have a look at this. So we have Neptunium, and I believe the reason why this is so good, it doesn't offer too great of armor protection, but I'm pretty sure it has the highest durability in the game. So pretty good for lost cities, for them parasites that delete your armor. Next we have obviously the Sentient armor set. I'm not enchanting this. I got it all masterful, but I'm not enchanting it. With the Sentient Great Cleaver, arguably the best weapon in the game. But you know, I can't get rid of my nunchucks. They're too good. This armor adapts to any type of damage source that you want, so very good for the lost cities. Here we have the Golem set, which is what I'm rocking here, but I do have the cosmetic armor set to change what I look like. But yeah, that's what I'm rocking here. The Golem armor set has the highest protection in the game, but it makes you sink in water. Oh, and these nunchucks here, usually you want, well, for a long time it's been, what am I doing? Usually you want supreme sharpness on your nunchucks, but this year I think it was found out a new build which is using Spellbreaker, and I'm pretty sure this is the best, this is the new best set. I'm not sure who found it out. I just saw a YouTube video, but I've seen, I don't know, someone smart found this out, and I'm pretty sure it does the most damage in the game. Yeah. Let me rechange this back to 4. Yeah, so that's the Spellbreaker nunchuck build. Here we have my personal favorite of these armor sets, which is the Golden Bookworm armor. And essentially what this does, it gives you magic focus, which amplifies all magic damage. And Advanced Thorns actually counts as magic damage. So essentially when an enemy hits you, they'll pretty much die immediately because of their amplified damage. And it's sort of like a cactus build. It's very cool, it's very fun, but very low durability, so you kind of want to watch out. But there is a skill in the magic called Golden Osmosis, which essentially acts as like a better mending for any golden items, and Golden Bookworm armor falls under that category. So yeah, very cool. Here we have Silver armor. This is just like a random crap set I just threw together just for this build. It's not enchanted or anything. I hate the look of this armor. It's so bad. I really wish it has the one from Dragora. And I've tried multiple times to change it, but for whatever reason, it just bugs out every single time you try and change it. I don't know what's going on. No, another guy on Reddit had the same issue. So, yeah, I don't know. I really wish it, you know, had a different look. You might be wondering why there's a chainmail set here with these other good armor sets, and it's more of a collectible, which sort of falls into these guys, these villagers. You may be wondering like what enchantment books they sell or what, but you'll see in a sec. But this is from the Shivaxi Ice Village, which is the rarest structure in the game, not to be confused with just the regular Shivaxi monument, but this is a rarer version. And you can find this armor set, which is, I guess, Shivaxi's swimming gear, the aqua gear, the aqua lungs, swim gear, swim fins, and his doorbell and his doormat. These are like one-off items that you can only find in that structure, which is in the rarest structure in the game. So I'm like, you know what, I'll chuck it in. Now, what really makes these guys special is they have a one-of-a-kind trade that can only be found, and it was the biggest pain in the ass getting these guys back to the base. Because you have to pick them up with a rock, with the with this guy. He has a special ability where he can pick up mobs, and because I like to farm ice biomes for Shivaxi monuments, I like flying in a straight direction just as far as I can go until I found an ice village. When I found the first Shivaxi ice village, it was 50 minutes away. I literally timed it, so it's a 50-minute, like, in real life flying for just one of these guys. So I spent how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I spent 6 hours just flying back and forth with a rock getting these guys here. It was so annoying. Anyway, let's nothing yapping about that. Let's get to the actual trades. So this guy sells an antique atlas, a photometer, barometer, an enchanted med kit. And yeah, all of these trades require rainbow runes, which you can craft by putting all these other random runes together. You get 8. So yeah, this guy definitely has the weakest trades of all of them, although an enchanted medkit is pretty nice. This guy, we'll get to it in a sec. This guy sells the Doot Eternal. I bet none of you, or very few of you, actually knew this was a thing. It's the trumpet. Let me just, I have it down there. It's on another armor stand, which I don't want to reveal just yet. So yeah, it's one of these trumpets which you can play, and it pushes mobs back, which you've probably seen with skeletons. Anyway, it's got knockback 5 on it, so it's like pushes them back super far. Let me get back to it. Who was it? You? Yeah. So this guy sells the Doot Eternal. Holy Hand Grenade, which you can get from either Sacrificial amulets. I believe you can craft it. You can craft it. And also the Killer Bunny, which we will get back to in a sec, the Killer Bunny. This guy is the Archaeologist, so this is where you can get all your hats. But obviously there is an actual, this is a very special Archaeologist, but there are regular ones, which is the main way you'll get his hat from. He just sells the 3 hats, and also the Phantom Thread, which essentially just makes your armor invisible. So pretty much what I'm doing with the cosmetic armor mod. But yeah. Is that all you sell? Oh yeah, you can only buy one of it. That's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure this is like the cool one. Yeah, this guy sells another dragon egg. Oh, sorry. Also the pig step disc. Yeah, the dragon egg, dragon head, and ooh, I might need one of them. This guy sells nether stars, which is pretty cool. 10 rainbow runes though is not very worth it in my opinion. They're kind of annoying to get. This guy, diamond lockpicks and a monster spawn egg. Monster spawner. The only other way to get this is with the L menu treasure hunter skill, which if you mine blocks, it has a small chance of dropping a monster spawner, but I don't have it. Don't need it. Alright, I think now it's time to... Oh, actually... yeah. Anyway, I think it's now time to reveal these guys. And oh my god, I have spent so much time playing this game, getting these armor sets. That's why I had all those mimic drops. Yeah, because it's a small chance to get the Sacrificial amulet, which has an even smaller chance to you drop one of these pieces of armor. I was very fortunate to only get this many duplicates. I have a full set of the wizard armor, almost a full set of the cow armor, and almost a full set of this armor here. Now, I thought I was the first person to actually do this in 2.9.3, but I put it on Reddit, and apparently I'm not. But I don't know. No one else has ever posted any proof of them getting it, right? I was very excited when I got one of these sets, which was this one. This is the first set I got. I put it online, and I was pretty humbled quickly by people saying they've got it before. But the people who said they had it, they used glitches and they increased the spawn rate, or they used RL luckified. But I raw dogged this thing, and let me tell you, it is not fun. Not fun at all. But yeah, so let me know in the comments, if you actually know anyone who got this legitimately in 2.9.3, not Dragora, because it has increased spawn rates for mimics, and it's just not as cool as this version. Let me quickly go through what these do, actually. So this is the ninja set on me. It gives you Sky Stride and Forceful, and I'm pretty sure when you dodge... How do I dodge again? C. It just launches you really far, and as you can see on my XP bar, there's a little cooldown. Now this is the only one I've enchanted, only because my Strength and Vitality villager died, and I can't find another book. So I'm out of Strength and Vitality 5, and I don't really want to make a enchanter set if there's nothing on that, because these all have not much protection compared to like these sets here. This is my favorite. Oh, that looks terrible with the devil horns. Pretty much what this does is it just gives you vulnerability and rage. Vulnerability means you take more damage, a significant amount of damage actually. I can't remember the exact percentage, but it also gives you rage 4, which increases the damage you do. So you're sort of like a glass cannon sort of build. It also makes you run super fast, and especially if you have the Stone of Greater Inertia, you run very fast. And if you want to run even faster, you put on speed rings or drink wine to get like speed 4. Bro, what do you think you're doing? But yeah, I'll show you a quick little demonstration of how fast you can run. Pretty fast. Yeah, you can increase it even further, but pretty quick. Yeah, my personal favorite of these Sacrificial armor sets. Yeah, let's get to the next one. Obviously, yes, I have all these Lost Cities transformation rings up here. Yeah, 2 dragon eggs. One of them's from the actual Ender Dragon, and the other one is from this guy here. Cow set. Oh god. Turns you into a cow and gives you the Moo status effect. Wizard armor. This one is certainly interesting. Wish it would have a different hat. The hat kind of looks weird, sort of like just a little crown. This armor set just randomly teleports you, and yeah, it gives you a bit of 3 mana regeneration. Oh god, where am I? Yeah, randomly teleports you, not very good. Last one is the prototype armor. And I believe this one, each piece of like the gear gives you something. So this one gives me 4 resistance. The legs give me jump boost 4. Helmet, I assume gives me night vision. I'm not too sure. And the chest gives me strength. Not a big fan of this armor set. Visually, I don't know why it's actually in the game, because it's sort of like a fantasy thing. This is like military. But the reason why I hate this set the most is because it was the last set I needed to get all of these to finish the set. And yeah, it wasn't very fun getting that one. I pretty much got all of these duplicates, well, I would say about half of these duplicates, just trying to get this armor set. So yeah. But that's it, really. Oh, actually, I have one last thing to show, and that is what's in my cage. And this cage hasn't moved from the last video that I made months ago showing off my base. This is the killer bunny. You can find him in the structure that he spawns in. I know, not very helpful, but yeah, it's a nod to the what's the movie called? I'll put text of what it's called in the screen. I forgot. Monty Python. That's right, the Monty Python movie. Yeah, it's a nod to that reference. But yeah, that's what I've done in this world. I can finally sit on this throne now. I feel like I've earned it, especially with these sacrificial armor sets. Real quick before I wrap this video up, I just wanted to touch on a few things that I didn't get to in the first part of this video. First thing is, I highly recommend watching KaleBrune3's video on all the armor set bonuses, because it goes really in depth into each set and their bonuses, like way better than I did in this. And he also gives the statistic on finding a full set of one of the sacrificial amulet armor sets. He said to get a full set of the scarlet armor, it's a 1 in 12,000 chance for one piece, I think he said. I could be wrong. But yeah, just putting all those numbers together, it's a really unachievable grind, which I kind of wish I didn't do. But I do. I really love RLCraft, so I really wanted to get all the pieces. But it's taxing on your mental health, and yeah, not the best. Also, I didn't touch on my statistics of this world, and I've gotten to around a little over 500 days in game, 500 days, which I think is really good. I thought I'd be in like at least 1,000, but I did the maths and I'm only at about above 500 days. So I think I've done alright, considering everyone else's like videos that you see on YouTube where they're like, oh, 100 days or 200 days, they've barely done anything. And 500 days for the amount of stuff I've done in this world is pretty good. What else have I done? I think I've traveled around 4 million blocks, which is pretty good, if my maths are correct. I've opened about 19,000 chests, just looking through dragon roosts and a couple other things. After a while, I realized finding mimics, you can just destroy the non-pre-generated loot chests. If you just destroy them with an axe, it can summon the mimic instead of just opening the chests. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to touch on at the end of this video. And I'm pretty keen for 2.10. Just recently, Chivaxi put out in the Discord saying he was hoping to get a beta build for it out by Christmas, but he said he couldn't do that. So obviously we are very close to actually seeing some of the new features being put in, and you already know that I will be collecting everything in that version too. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to cover in this last little bit. Thanks for watching. Yeah, cheers.